guys, welcome to another voiceover. My name is Takemi-chan, and for this term's voiceover, I'm gonna be doing a updated piece for D.VA from Overwatch 2. So in the new Overwatch, she has a slightly different look, and she has a ponytail in her updated look. The original idea I had for this was with her hair down, but I'll probably kind of experiment with ponytail versus just hair down later on. So I got 3 inspiration pieces for her outfit idea. So I want her to have a pretty casual like preppy look. So we're gonna give her a varsity jacket, hoodie, bunny backpack, and bikini, and then over that would be shorts, jean shorts, and maybe like I'm not sure what I'm gonna give her for cover up for the top portion of her, but I will see if I can figure that out. So I wanted to paint her because it is the year of the rabbit. So what perfect time to paint D.VA again than for that reason. So that's what I have in mind. So I got my quick sketch concept. This was the first draft. I was kind of going for a interesting pose. So this is the updated draft, but after my second draft of the sketch, I kind of lost a bit of the first draft's vibe, which I kind of liked. So I'm not sure. Actually, should I go back to that version? In the older version, it is quite a bit more exaggerated. Maybe I can just grab this part and then put it on the new version. It is quite messy, as you can see. I do like the older version better in terms of flow and exaggeration that I have going on. So it might be a bit much if I do it like that. I know I'll have to end up correcting it at some point once I start rendering it out. Like the hips might be just like a little bit too much. Okay, let's go with that for now. So yeah, she's gonna be wearing some leggings, going for that varsity legging look, and then we're gonna go ahead and give her some trendy high platform sneakers. I'm gonna probably reference Kiriko sneakers for this, and then have her geared out in bunny wear. Lots of rabbit themed stuff going on around her. Okay. Oh no, I think I kind of effed this part up a bit. Should I go back to the older sketch? This is definitely a little cleaner. But I do like the flow of this better. Let's move it like that, and just erase this part, and then for here, erase the bottom part. I'll figure something out here. Let's flip the sketch real quick. Okay. Let's go for this. It's pretty messy. What did I want to do here? I was hoping for a bit slim around the legs, but I might end up making her look a bit thick after. Okay, let's call it a day with the sketch, because I have a feeling I will be switching it up quite a bit. Alright, so let's do our background. So I'm picturing for this piece a blue-ish type sky from the Overwatch universe. So for that background, I'm gonna see if I can find a doable background from Overwatch. I'm going to overlay it and kind of blur it up so that we're not just grabbing a screenshot and using it as is. We're gonna blur it and use that color for the background. So first, let me lower the sketch, which will be discarded later on. And so next up, we're gonna go ahead and do our deciding. I'm gonna decide how am I going to separate her into layers. I guess I can do that a little later, but for now, let's go ahead and just group some of this together. I know for sure I would need a separate body layer. Later on, when I start refining, I will probably have her torso on a separate layer. This arm of hers will surely be on a separate layer, and I'm planning to kind of aim for a thick fabric look for her jacket with the white sleeve being in leather. So gonna have fun with that, looking for texture of that. Let's go jacket, name it jacket for this portion, like that. And then we're gonna have a nice thick leather white sleeve here. I'm just kind of imagining what I'm gonna do for her. And we're gonna have her hand grabbing onto the bunny ears on her head. So yeah, going for that cute, colorful, trendy vibe, trendy theme. And then we're gonna give her a bunny backpack. Still not sure how I will do that. This is gonna be pretty interesting. I wanted her bunny backpack to stick out from her side here, so we get a bit of that empty space taken care of on the side of the composition. So I'm basically trying my best to kind of spread out her silhouette throughout the whole composition, and we're gonna get like I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here, but I wanted to make her robot very stylized looking. Hopefully it works out, but I might have to end up grabbing like a screenshot of her mech and then just paint over it, because can't do that. At least it's a small part of her mech. Shouldn't be a problem if I just did the top version. Okay, let's go with her head. So once again, head. I'm gonna create a new group for her head, because usually, I work on the face pretty extensively. I've been quite picky with the face, so oftentimes I need to have the face separate from the hair so that I can move it around to change the posture of the head, because usually I would have to try a few times to get the right angle and flow of the hair and stuff like that. So we're gonna get that. Get bunny ears. Still not sure if I will stick to the bunny ears and then make another layer for her hair. So let's try to have her hair down, flow at first. Move the hair layer down all the way, so this is what we have. Now for the background. So I'm looking at a few Overwatch environments that I googled. Ideally I would have preferred like the character selection screen. Let's try this first. Oh shoot. Okay, there we go. So basically I'm just gonna move it around and hopefully try to get a background that complements her. And so basically I usually work like this for backgrounds. I find a screenshot I like from the game, if it's from a game, if it's a game character, and basically work from that. And obviously I don't want to be taking literal game screenshots and using it as is. I want to kind of modify it, because right now it's definitely not enough. But I do like the lighting some way. It's kind of, I do like this lighting. So what I would do is I use this as a base for the background, and I would go into it oftentimes and basically find a new floor texture, put a new floor in, maybe find like a different backdrop and stuff like that, and I would basically paint overlay a bunch of new elements over it. And sometimes I would change the original concept just by doing that. So it's a lot of, you could call this, I guess, matte painting. I don't know if they still call it matte painting. I do like a small version of matte painting. Some artists does, some concept artist does really good matte painting. But yeah, I just tried to do a little bit of it. So I would like to see if I can add a bit more sky in here, because I would like her to be outdoors, so I can get that nice blue hue. Overwatch environment stuff. So let me try googling this, because you know D.VA's got that famous, what's it called, player of the game with the sky, where she kind of jumps into the sky and stuff. So I want to see if I can kind of do that. If I can't do that, I could try just googling the sky. So I will take you guys through my process of doing environments a little bit here, so please bear with me. The background usually is quite rough. I usually try to make it cleaner later on, but initially I just want to get something out there to have a nice base to work from, basically. So I can give it a try. So let's give this a shot. So how would it look like if I kind of like overlaid a bit of sky like this? Obviously it doesn't fit too well, so I will try again. It has to be, I have a feeling it has to be from Overwatch. I'm trying to think about the map that had like really nice skies back when I used to play quite a bit. Actually, D.VA was definitely my main. It was either D.VA or Mercy. Yeah. Sorry, it's taking a while, guys. Oh, actually, you know what? The Japanese map that they had was quite good too. So let me see if I can do something here. So grabbed a. This might not work that well, but doesn't work very well. Let me distort this further. I need it to be slightly different. Slightly different perspective. Let's go ahead, intensify this. Maybe I can keep it like this. And maybe this area is open, so I can try to see how that looks. So maybe got a nice sky up here. Also, I can try to see if I can switch up the layouts or create some open space. Where is the bunny? Oh, there's the bunny. Why is it in the robot mech layer? Let me put that back. Okay, here we go. So maybe we can open up the top of this environment here. By how much? I'm not sure, but let's try opening it a bit more. I am just basically trying to have more sky going on here. Maybe I can open this as well. And then after that, come on, sky. I don't know. Maybe this. What this do? Sometimes it doesn't really make sense, but I just wanna get the color in. Maybe I can have this like separate. Let's see. What if the environment was like this with sky out and stuff? Oh, actually this might fit better, but I'm not too into the lower part of this background. The color scheme is not exactly what I want, but I like the open sky, so I guess I will try to find a replacement for the bottom part, which let's see. Which part? I do like the Japanese map of Overwatch, so maybe I can go ahead and add that in somehow. So let's see if this color scheme will do. Maybe a little bit lower like this. kind of weird. But I just want to see, would this combination work? Not so much. Okay. Well, if all fails, what I can do is let's do it like this. I'll just go with a blue background like this. Let's see here. I'm just gonna find a simple cloud sky, the sky game. Looking for a nice colorful sky. There we go. Okay, how about this? I found this. Might have to remove the castle, but how's this for open concept for the sky? Okay, let's see. We can try other ones to see how the other ones look. So usually it takes a few tries. I'm trying to find like a good color scheme and overall composition. So let's try this pink. But I'm really looking for blue. That's the aim for that. So maybe I don't think that would work very well. So this is what I have. Let's try this. I do like the horizon line. This is another Overwatch environment, but it's a bit too... I don't know about this. What I can do though, I do like a bit of that, the white clouds, so maybe I can use it somehow. Switch up the color slightly to make it more blue. Okay, so in general, let's have that. I think maybe add a bit of, what's it called, cherry blossom in here. Let's rotate, or skew the background a bit. Grab a bit of this. Let's see. How would it look if I included, let's say, this tree? So I'll just delete everything else. I just want to see roughly what it's gonna look like. Will this add to the composition? Just constantly kind of keeping that in mind. Maybe need another tree over here just to kind of bring the viewer's eye onto the side next, or for consistency's sake. Probably find a different sky background after this. Maybe have a little bit of a sky right here or something. But definitely looking for a open sky background with the Overwatch environment color. I just want to get a nice Overwatch sky with nice clouds. Oh, this is a good one actually. This one right here. It's got a really nice cloud. So I just want the cloud. Let's see if I can kind of put it in somehow. Oh. Maybe I can put it here, and I'm gonna put it on lighten, so we'll only have the bright part stand out. Okay, and I'm just going to mock to her mech. Okay, so the new mech. Her new mech has a white top. Maybe it won't matter too much. So quick. Doing a quick concept of what I would like. Get some shadow down there. Looks like a Pokeball. Okay. Delete that. Gonna delete all the other background elements. Maybe make the sky a bit more rotate the background a bit. Basically I'm just trying to see, if I can use any other parts of the background for something. I guess this is the rough thing, going for a rough background. Let's see. So it's a lot of collage. I need to remove this. I'll just keep this misty cloud. And then what I would like to try to do, copy merge, and then basically let's go ahead and where is it? Here it is. Iris blur. I like this blur quite a bit because it lets me control quite a bit of stuff, and I kind of like the finish of it. I can make maybe like that. I can make some of the elements sharper and then more blurred as well. Have a bit of control over that. Let's go with this. It's gonna take a while. Alright, so after I blur it, maybe show more of the sky, or just have the overall. I'm just trying to replicate a bit of that D.VA screen. And then I'm gonna put some text over here. I've been incorporating text into my pieces. I find that they help with the composition and kind of completing it somewhat and make it look a little bit more like magazine, like I kind of like that look lately. Alright, so maybe after I render this out a bit, I can have a better idea of what I want from the background. So let's go ahead, pop back our reference, our outfit idea. So this is what I have in mind, and I will kind of do my best to make that happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on D.VA. I'm gonna start off with a pretty mauve, like purplish color, and with some blue overlay because I know the background's gonna be blue, so I'm gonna already start by adding that in. Let's go ahead and determine where the highlight is gonna be. So maybe we're gonna have highlight on this side, and we'll have a pretty clean cut like shadow on this side and then highlight on that side. Get a bit of the arm tendon going on and stuff. So now it's on to the color. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at her new outfit color scheme, which is not that much different from the old one, so that should be okay. Okay, so I think I would like to keep it keep her bikini white, and then I wanted to give her bikini a bow. So let's go ahead and just do a quick color scheme of what I want with that, and then her bikini bottom. So let's go for dark green. I mean dark or navy, sorry. Navy. I'm just gonna put the color out first, and I'm going to modify it as I go along. So let's see, maybe the inside of the jacket we can do pink. So let's test it out. Test out the color for that. I might change it up as I go along, because it's not always gonna be first hit. So let's go with that color. Maybe have a bit of this, and I'm just going to, let's see, should I have pink here or black? Whatever it is, I'm gonna go ahead and add the Varsity line. So we're gonna get white and white, and maybe like a pink here, and then we're gonna get 2 buttons. Just trying to get the color scheme out. And then for the sleeve is gonna be white, and then this color scheme again, and then hand, normal hand. So let's just test this out real quick. Just going to get that done. Get a bit of quick shading going on. Design for the sleeve going. I might have to kind of rework this part and say extend the sleeve all the way down like that. And then as for the pink, I'm gonna go with a grayish color for the pink part. And then go for a more bright pink for the highlight. And then leggings. Legging gonna be white. Add a bit of purple. And then her shoes, her sneakers is gonna be, I think it is probably gonna be white with black sole or dark sole. Might have to make it maybe like blue or something. With the white. I think maybe this color scheme will look better. So now I have a rough color scheme going on. Let's see, add a bit of shadow. It's a little dark, I mean a little bit grayed out, but we can change that later on. Adding some more shadow. Okay. Maybe this, her bikini should be this color. I'm not sure. Let's check it out. Maybe pink? Let's check it out. Pink is pretty cute. Okay, I will think about it. Okay, time to do the face. We'll have a nice strong lighting like this. Now I'm just gonna add a bit of beige skin pigment by using color. I'm just going to add that beige tone to the side of her that's gonna get most of the lighting. Let's go ahead, add the hair. Let's go for a bit of this color and then add the highlight, let's say. Use this color as highlight. Fill that in. Oh. So quickly I need to get a base going. As for her ear, let's see. Well, her bunny ear used to be pink on her headphones, so let's go ahead and do that. That should do. Let's add that. Her bunny backpack will be white, or could it be pink? Oh, pink is pretty good. Add a bit of blue into the pink. So roughly this is what I'm gonna try to go for. Should I make her sneakers pink? I do like the pink theme, so I'm gonna try to see. Let's see, maybe make it pink. It does look good with pink. Yes, her sneaker looks better pink, so I'll have white bralette. Let's go ahead and add the little fabric blocking for the little tie I wanna give her. And then the undie, maybe I need to also see what color I should make that. Maybe white, no, pink, or not pink, but this is pink. It's very cute if I make it pink. I kind of like that. I like the cute pastel look. Maybe slightly make it a paler blue or something. And then we're gonna give her like a shorts. So black and what that's gonna be like. Oh, I can have like a what's it called, a light bleached wash jean shorts. Something like that. And then I'm not sure what I'll have for her top, but I have to give her something here to cover her up so I don't get shadow banned on social media. Something, I have to give her something that looks cute though, so maybe like a t-shirt or something, keeping it casual and stuff. But it's gonna be easier once I render stuff out. Oh, stop. Cute t-shirt. Actually, this looks nice, trendy and casual. Maybe something like that. And then I also wanted to add some rabbits, but some small accessories like bunnies or something. I'm not sure if that would work out. I think I'll try to fill it in with something. Yeah, maybe her favorite food or something. Or I could just put like the D.VA text right here. Yeah. Alright, so this is what we have. After around an hour, more or less. Steps. Okay, that's my first step. Save. Alright, So this is how she looks in the Overwatch 2. She's got more of a ponytail and stuff, and a slightly more fierce look. For my piece, I wanted to keep her kind of cute and like preppy and stuff, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna flip the canvas now. Haven't done it in a while. Okay, so looking at my composition, it's still doable. Nothing seems too abrupt. Although I have the urge to kind of put some particle elements in there, like petals or something, you know? Just to somewhat fill out some of the empty spacing. Although, I mean, the whole petal thing is kind of overdone. But what else can I put in there to kind of cover those spaces? I mean, could I do the floating object thing? Like I could put like her cell phone here and then some junk food around. Yes. No? Not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna think of something. But definitely need to think of what I can put here to kind of, you know, fill that emptiness here that I'm so anal about. I'm just so like anal about the composition of the background and filling in the background. I think I have a little bit of a problem on that front. I always want to put stuff there, put stuff into the background, fill every corner. That's kind of, I think, not always good. Sometimes I can overwork the background too. Maybe I should just do it for this piece. Keep it, keep it simple. Oh, why is it not? Why is it not showing up? Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna slowly render it out. Lower the opacity for the sketch. I got my guide here. So let's go ahead and start doing the bikini. Lately I have been painting the bikini in a different way, so I'm gonna continue doing that. I've been bringing the fabric all the way down the cleavage. Before, I used to do a lot of micro bikinis, but lately, I've been trying a different style. I think you guys noticed as well. So yeah, I'll continue doing it that way. Let's do it like that. Line the armpit. Add a bit of this. Grab a bit of this color. I need a bit of skin tone around this area. Let's go for more of a purplish down here. This is gonna be the shadow, especially in a pretty blue environment. To keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm gonna slowly sculpt out the anatomy bit by bit. Let's see, maybe I have her lean forward a little bit. get some of the, what's it called, clavicle definition going on here. Render out the armpits while I'm at it. Add the shadow around that area, highlight the neck properly. So I'm gonna have clavicle go up this way. Highlight the arm, what's it called, the elbow area. Gonna pick a shadow from the armpits. So as for the bikini, I'm thinking using a secondary color for the stream, so I'm gonna use pink. Let's use pink. Okay, I think it works. Next up, I would just clean up the underneath the bikini. Let me go ahead, rotate again. Just gonna kind of rotate often, making sure that nothing too drastic is happening. Nothing like in terms of errors and the awkwardness in the anatomy. Just making sure that I keep an eye on that by rotating often. Even sometimes, even if I do this, I still end up making mistakes anyway, so but this definitely helps making it better, you know? Okay. Let's give her a medium-sized bust. Bring this down a little bit. Merge down. Okay. Next up, where am I gonna put the belly button? Let's bring back the sketch. So the belly button in my sketch was here. So I just marked that real quick. Remove the sketch. And I did kind of want her to be how do you say, leaning down a little bit with her stomach area, so her belly button is gonna be a bit lower. Got her ribs protruding that way. Get a bit of the, what's it called, hips showing. Okay, I'll just slowly fix this area. Get her underwear to really wrap around her, and then raise the underwear line. Just gonna work on the silhouette of the silhouette. So I just want to make sure there's more of a make the pose a little bit more exaggerated. So this phase might take a bit longer. I'll go ahead and render this out. Keeping her legs kind of not too thick. Gonna go for more of a slim frame. So just going to roughly render it out a bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and add a bit of that hip detail there. Roughly indicate where the belly button will be. Really exaggerate the rib cage, but also clean it up after. So I can go like that. Let me rotate again. Check out how the anatomy is going. Okay, it's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and merge down first, and I know for sure I'm gonna have to have this leg on a separate layer. This is gonna be my first cut leg onto a separate layer. So now that it's on a separate layer, I think I can have a bit more room to work on this area. Also, I'll probably have this on a separate layer too, so feet, color feet or something. And of course, I will need to bring the line up a bit. And I wanted to give the impression that, you know, one of her socks is loose. So I'm going to try to see if I can make that work. If it doesn't, then back up it goes. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Merge down feet. Maybe we can have the feet. I guess I'll have it there. Next up is this. Extend the leg a bit. I might accidentally make her leg belly too long, but I'm going to fix that if that's the issue. But first, let me just go ahead and do a rough guide of how I want her leg to be bending. So let's say something like that, and then I also want her legging to be a bit higher on her. have her legging stretched out. I'll be putting in the smaller details later on. I'm gonna add some of the skin tone in there, merge down, and then darken, brighten over here, brighten over here. That's where my highlight will be. Let's grab this part. Just gonna bring the bikini over a bit. Actually, let me change the shape a bit more. So let's move this up a bit. Move it like up like that, and then bring the highlight in a bit more like this, so that it's resting flatter on her ribs. Like the other one will just indicate some fabric fold. Bring the string down like this. Oh no. Okay, let me see if I can still incorporate this somehow. It's still possible. Might need to be a different color though, so maybe make it pink, or maybe make it blue. Probably one of those colors. Now I'm gonna quickly merge down, quickly add a bit of highlight, and we'll just slowly render it out. I'm gonna add some blush to her chest. Okay, and let's see, maybe I'm gonna see if I can move this in a bit more. Go back to the leg. Actually, move this leg up a bit. Move the leg this way. If I move this leg up this way a bit, and then I'm going to move this leg over a bit more like this. That's how that looks. Adds a bit of bit more of a squished look. Have her legs be together more, and then have this leg, make the hips a bit wider, and have this look tucked in too, to really accentuate accentuate the thigh gap even more. I might have overdone it. I might have overdone it, so we'll just ease that back down slowly. Yeah, I think that's probably the best. Maybe I can have like the legging like this. One of her legging down or loose. Let's flip it. Okay. I think that works actually, so we'll keep it. So now I'm going to clean up the strap, the bikini strap here. Keep working on that on. That's where the cleavage ends. Then it's gonna get tucked in by the bra. And just clean up the silhouette as I go. Render out the armpit area a bit better. I really have to try my best to accentuate the shoulder. Okay. And some strong shadow, sharp shadow. Sculpt out her abs more. Cool. And a bit of highlight to both sides. Bring this up more. Okay. Let's lock it down. Now I'm going to select some of these areas, copy paste, and add a more of a bright, more of a bright highlight to that area. Merge down. Let's auto contrast. Should do it. And now time for the varsity jacket. So I wanted to do a hoodie, so let's see if it will work. So this is just a pretty rough guide of what I want to happen with the jacket. Later on, what I'll end up doing is basically I'm gonna do a bunch of photo collage of jackets I find online and stitch them together. That's how I'm gonna get a more of a realistic outfit concept. Let me go ahead and So I want to give a little bit of a poof like in the reference picture. Maybe I can do a little bit of a flip. Oh, hold on. I can't do that. I cannot do that like this. I have to isolate the back of the jacket on a separate layer in order to play around with the flaps. So let's call it jacket lining or something. I'm going to add some bit of that blue fabric showing, and then let me go ahead and extend this over. So this is my hood, this is the rest of it, and then I want the white part to be all squished up like that. And also I want to see if I can flip just this one part of the jacket, like flip it up or something, just to create more of an organic look. I just want to make it look a little bit more special, you could say. Have more dynamicness, make it more dynamic. Show a bit of the pink lining or so, just to add to the detail. And then I have to add the varsity lines and the buttons. And where's D.VA's little icon there? Let's see. Okay, I need this. Let's grab D.VA's little cute little emblem, put it on the jacket. Actually, it should be like a letter, shouldn't it? I can put an S or a D. Let's see. I'll just put an S real quick. See how that looks? Kind of not look very good, so let's put the little badge on. Actually, the badge should be on the sleeve. On one of the sleeve side, yeah. Okay, I will do that later. So, have other patches on her jacket front. Okay. Let's see, we got. Okay, need to somehow implement the varsity line somehow. So that would look weird, wouldn't it? Maybe I can have it like, let's do it like this. Okay. And then we have the color here. Kind of like that, and then we have the hoodie. Then we can have the hoodie. Oh, actually, hold on. How does that usually look like the hoodie inside the jacket? There's a specific look for it. I'm just trying to do that look, so Google a bit of reference and kind of make it happen, basically. Okay. So what I'll do actually is, let's take this, bring it up more. Oh. Raise it up. Oh no. I have to make it higher. You know what? I'm going to reposition this layer, the jacket layer. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna cut all this, and then we'll have it on top. So and then we'll have the jacket. Oh, have it here. And then I'm going to then reposition this. And then, let's see, I'm going to extend the arm a bit more. Let me just work out where I'm going to put the hoodie. So let's say maybe here, and then what color would the hoodie be? Maybe black. Should it be black? Just trying to figure it out. Maybe a white hoodie. Let's try that. Oh, maybe I can have it right, and then I can have an excuse to give one of those hoodies with the bunny ears and stuff. I'm not sure. I just tried out, you know, with pink lining for the hoodie as well. So let's see. So that means most of the lining is gonna show on the hoodie, especially on the hood. So let's see, white. Okay, and then we have this part. Actually, what I wanted to do was have a bit of this show. Alright, so I'm gonna do a bit of work off camera and I'll bring you guys back. Hopefully I'm gonna get a nice jacket. Work out a nice jacket design. Okay, it's getting there. Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so rendered out the face quite a bit. Actually took a few tries. So yeah, there's I did a few variations. But yeah, I'm actually not quite sure. I think I'll go with this for now, but at the same time I'm still open to rotating the face around more to see what the best fit is, because I kind of flipped her face and I kind of like it better. And I might rotate the whole canvas too, but yeah, I think maybe this might work better for that. Just want to show you guys that, you know, I spent quite a bit of time on the face. Also rendered out the body a bit more. I also modified the pose slightly just making the whole top and head a little bigger and widen the hips, since I realized that, you know, she's a bit thicker now that she's a little older. And it's pretty funny how they did make her a little bit more, her assets a little bigger in the second game. So you know what, maybe I can go with a thicker legs and stuff, and that is why I widened the hips. Alright, so this was how, I think that's where I, after a little bit of editing, it looked like this, and then I started refining it to this. And I also decided to kind of remove the bunny ears for now, and maybe it'll be an add-on later on. Also decided to change her hand, and then proceeded to grab a few more references. I'm gonna work on the sleeve and the hoodie, so I went ahead and found something that I want to add into her clothing. Speaking of clothing, I end up cutting this whole chunk of the jacket and putting it on a separate layer so that I can move it around like this. Because I wasn't sure what type of flow I wanted with the jacket, so I also play around with rotating that. And I also cut the legs onto separate layers. So this is a one, and then the feet is on a separate one, and this is in one layer, and then the other foot is in the other. So yeah, that's the changes so far. But yeah, let's continue. Let me just continue down here. So after widening it, I also extended the leg lines. So now I'm going to be just render that out a bit. I also wanted to have, you know, the blue slight bluish tint from the environment towards the top of her rib cage, and then as we gradually go down, we're gonna get a nice warm tone down there because of the little robot down here, which I'm thinking is gonna cast like a warm light under her belly. So that is the thought process I had when I was working on refining this piece. Let's go ahead and give a bit more detail to the belly button. And then of course I will need to add a tiny bit of highlight down here. But I will be careful to sculpt out the ab portion and take a little bit of this brighter color and imply some of the ribcage detail ever so slightly, but not too much. And just continue on. I'm going to accentuate the lines here because I want there to be implied waistband around that area, so I want to make it more obvious by accentuating that, and then we'll gradually go down here using the lasso tool, keeping this general area clean while I then, let's grab a bit of this pinky tone, ever so slightly a bit of pink undertone, and then grab this color, it's a highlight. I'm just going to make this area a little bit brighter, and then I'm going to go into the crotch line and use the lasso tool because I want it to be nice and clean and sharp, but at the same time I want to blend it out. So yeah, lasso tool is my best friend in terms of just blending stuff and keeping edges nice and sharp. But you know, usually I would start doing this more often when it gets to cleaning stuff up and refining. But usually when it comes to just laying down basic colors, maybe like the first phase of painting, I wouldn't use it as much, and the piece will look quite blurry and messy. But then we gradually use the lasso tool to help us clean that up, you know? So now I will start blending this in. So we're gonna get the legging, and I'm still trying to basically figure out where it's gonna go. So I guess I will have to make it a little higher, maybe all the way up here or something. Just cleaning it up. Let's add a tiny bit of the pinkish tone there, like that. And I'm going to take this color and I'm just going to line the legging, and then maybe add a tiny bit of lining here just to give a bit of that rolled up legging look. And yeah, I'm thinking about also later on, if I have time, I might add that sock texture. Alright, so now that that's done, actually I need to make this part smoother. There we go. So clean up the silhouette, blocking the layer, and reshade this area so it doesn't look patchy, because it was looking patchy. Alright, let's go with this for now. Lock it in, and then I'm going to next, let's take a bit of this beige color and we'll go into soft light, and I'm just going to add a bit more of the pinky tone down here, or not pink, but warmer fleshy tones down here, just to imply that warm reflective color from the environment onto her shaded area. Now onto the feet, the other leg, so let's go ahead and, where is it located first, I guess. Let's do it like this. So lasso tool up, I'm just going to render it out a bit. Add, let's go ahead and add some of that warm tone coming from that we've made. I'm gonna cut it straight up alongside the shadow line and add just a little bit of shading in that area, and then I shall use it down like that, and then I'm gonna just clean this area up before I flip it. Okay, now I'm going to flip the canvas. And then, okay, now I'm gonna just check on the silhouette and making sure that the shape is the way I want it. Adding and removing some of the silhouette to do so. Imply some of the knee anatomy detail, and then we'll go ahead and add a bit of the squish, a bit of the leg being squished underneath the thighs. We're gonna have some highlight towards the top portion of the muscle that's being squeezed, and just going to render this part out. So it's going to be similar to how I did the kitty coat. It's pretty, one of the leg is folded like this, so just trying to remember. Okay, maybe I bring it up a bit more. So let me just merge down first. So there is a bit of a shortening too, but make the squish a bit bulkier on the muscle for the leg. Should I go with that? Yes. Okay. So if that's the case, I'm gonna copy that leg, make it a lot brighter. Merge down. And I'm just going to bring down the highlight a bit more. Merge down once again once I'm happy. Let's go over here. Add a tiny bit of shadow there. Okay. I might have to cut this part of the leg on a separate layer so I can also adjust it. So with that, I will clean up the bottom side of the silhouette. Alright, so now I will pull this leg. So there's going to be a lot of leg hairs now. Oh my. Okay, so now I'm going to find, where is there it is, the feet layer. So cut, actually not cut. Let's go inverse and delete all the surrounding pixels. So now I'm gonna work on the sneakers. So I am not very good at sneakers, so I need a reference for it, and I don't know what style to go for, but I'm thinking maybe like Converse style. So let's go ahead and try our best. So maybe like a high platform Converse type shoe. I did kind of like the high platform, like from Katie Cole's design. So alright, so let's see here. So we get first this part of the shoe. I don't know what this is called. Let's go ahead and add that in, and then we have the thing here. And then we have the lace part. I don't know if I'm doing it properly, but something like that, and then lace all the way up. I will also just kind of go over the shape of the shoes, obviously. Not the best. Usually I'll just, especially when it comes to feet stuff, I'll just try to fill it out, and then if it doesn't look good, I look for more reference until it looks good, until I feel like it's going into the right direction. Maybe can I have like a little sneaker rubber going up like this? I might add some personalized elements. I'll grab some of the D.VA's logos and little bunny designs and splash them onto different areas of her outfit. Okay. I mean, this is not the best, but hey, it's gonna have to do for now. Maybe bring it up a bit. Okay. And I wonder if I can reuse this actually, so I'm gonna copy that. Let's go ahead onto the other side here, and well, can it? I think I can actually use this, but I will need to edit it first. I'm going to move this just a bit more, and then also switch up the lighting. That is for sure. Let's go ahead. Like that, hopefully, and basically let's see, probably make this whole area brighter, and then I'm gonna lower opacity so I can rotate it into the angle. Well, it's not showing too much, but that's okay. We'll just imply it somewhat. Okay. Merge down now. Alrighty. So now that we have that done, ooh, look how messy this is. That's what happens when I edit. Now I'm gonna think about the rib cage on the side. Just going to bring down this highlight all the way down here. Just gonna bring it down more. And then let's see. Maybe cut a bit of the, what's it called, hip bone, yes, that's right, the hip bone. Accentuate the hip bone more. Readjust the underwear line to accentuate your hips more. I remember when I first started drawing Nazi forward, the underwear lines I used to paint was much lower. Now it's gotten higher, but it's to go with the trend nowadays, because usually it is trendier to have the underwear pulled up a lot more, so I am going with the trend a little bit. Also, I'm just kind of having fun with the curvature of the underwear lining. Just sometimes it can help frame the hips especially, or just indicates pose, helps with the pose to kind of accentuate a certain pose, so is this enough hip? I think that should be enough hip, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm just I'm not sure when to stop, When should I stop making your hips wider? Just going to do that now. Merge down, and then let me grab this leg once more, and then readjust the shape some more. Sometimes I do kind of keep thinking about like some of the comments people make. Sometimes I see the one-off comments saying, oh, her legs are too long and stuff like that, and well, sometimes I think about those things, like maybe I do make her leg look a little too long. So yeah, I mean, I have the urge to make her legs pretty long, but then again, D.VA does have pretty long legs, so maybe that's okay. So yeah, I'm curious. Let's make her leg a little longer. Like a little longer. Good thing I had this on a separate layer, So I can easily adjust. This is pretty good when it comes to having lots of layers and knowing how you are as an artist. If you're like me, who love to kind of just change things up and doesn't commit fully to one pose, I think having many layers is quite good. I'll just adjust the other leg as well. I want this leg to be a lot lower. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I did make her leg a bit too long. Okay, maybe this leg can't be that long. I'll keep it like that. So yeah, also looking at this while I'm at it. Maybe since I made her leg a lot longer, maybe I have to now make her top a bit bigger. So just trying to constantly balance out, especially when I make some changes and I have to like make changes to other parts of the character too. so we can have a little bit of like a bit of a foreshortening, so her torso, making it look bigger, and her head too. And now that I make the changes, I will rotate. Now hopefully, okay, her hips are going pretty high. So what I'll do is I'm gonna copy this part in particular and bring it back this way. Yep, back that way. Still going for that exaggerated look, and I am also pushing my look. Like, how far can I push this before it looks weird, right? Especially when it comes to Overwatch, very stylized game. Not to a cartoonish extent, but I just want to see how far I can push the pose without it looking too much. Okay. Let me bring this down. I feel like I might need to make her arms a bit bigger too after what I did to her legs. Okay, let's go ahead and work on this part. Okay, so we have our varsity style jacket. Still haven't applied the photo texture yet, but I want to put multiple patches on her jacket. For now, I will just clean this up. Let me grab a bit of the highlight. Add the little buttons and the varsity jacket color scheme, so it's gonna be white, pink, and white. And then I'm gonna do just a tiny bit of texture to it. Very, very soft brush strokes. And then have a look here. So we have some buttons. I'm just gonna do not too many buttons, maybe 3, okay, 4. And then usually varsity jackets also have the collar, which I have to tie it into this arm right here. This is the sleeve area, so I'm gonna remove that part, and this batch of stuff is gonna be right where the jacket is. So we're gonna have this thing right here. It is this part of the jacket. And then I'm just going to indicate the colors real quick so I can work on the rest of it, because it's kind of looking pretty messy. So now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the hoodie. I'm thinking, should I even? I mean, do I even need to put that on this layer or not? But I will definitely need to add an extra bit of puff right to the silhouette thing. Okay. I'm gonna name it property black. jacket flap. I need to clean this. Just going to clean up. You know what? I should be doing this. Add a tiny bit of highlight. And then add the color, that way we can start with a fresh canvas, fresh base, so I don't need to worry about cleaning it up, or so to speak. So white line, and then we're gonna get a pink in the center, so that's gonna be that pattern for this jacket. So I like to toggle on and off every now and then, and also kind of rotate every now and then, just to kind of get a feel of the flow of the jacket and whether I want to change it up or not. So I got the jacket. Now onto the arms. Alright guys, so I end up flipping the canvas and repositioning the arm layer on top of her body layer. So now I have to kind of clean it up, but I think it's gonna be for the better that I move this layer up, because then I can have the jacket kind of overlapping with her body a bit. So I'm gonna be able to somewhat play around with the jacket flap. I'm actually grabbing the one that I just did and then using it on this side. Let me just figure something out here. What can I do here? Maybe definitely need to move this around a bit, as long as, you know, we get the feeling of overlap. Maybe I'll just leave it at that, and also I will remove the buttons on this side. Clean that up. Okay, clean that up. And we're gonna get this aligning here. And of course we have the hoodie right here, so I'm gonna render this out basically following that. So quickly we're gonna get a bit of that done. So there's a bit of overlap in this area here. Something like that. So that can be shaped here. And then I'm gonna go for the sleeve. So I wanted to do like a puffy sleeve like this. Might be a bit messy, but so I'm just gonna follow that style, or I will kind of aim for a similar fold pattern. Maybe we can have a bigger fold right here. get some silhouette going. Gonna have some extra jaggedy parts popping out and stuff. And then it goes like that, so I'm going to bring down the silhouette. I might have to make this part maybe a little bigger. And then have the jacket overlap the sleeve a bit. I think that should do it. I have her hand kind of in a cute, her hand falling into a cute little fist, something like that. Or I might have her hold her gun. Still not sure yet. I'm gonna need to make this even longer. This sleeve a bit longer. Still not sure yet, depending on if I'm going to rotate composition, maybe then I can do that. Let's go back to this, and I'm just gonna grab this part, go back to the jacket lining. I can have a tiny bit of it implied right here. This actually doesn't look that good. Yeah, it looks kind of weird. I guess I will just do it the old-fashioned way. So I will just indicate a little bit of it popping through right here. Hopefully it works out. White, and pink. Let's kind of move her hand up a little bit. And then just clean it. Clean this part as best as I can. So okay, I got that sleeve done, more or less. Gotta go into more detail later, but should be good. For now, I kind of want to accentuate a bit of the shadow and highlight, make it a little brighter like this. And then where is her hair? Her arm? There we go. Okay, so I might have to move this all the way up here. Oh wait, hold on. This is, yes, these two layers. I'm gonna move it all the way, overlapping her head layer, so I can, if I move my hand like this, that's going to overlap there. And so let's pop back on the bunny wings. Not sure about that. And also the ponytail, I've got some, I'm not too sure about where I want to keep her ponytail as well, so this is the long hair version. But you know, maybe a ponytail would be a better choice. So ponytail it is. I think it also fits her varsity jacket too if I gave her the ponytail. I like the overall look. Just need to figure out where I'm gonna position that her hair swing so that it looks good in the end. Okay, so now I'm just going to go about roughly rendering out the sleeve. Let's go for a slightly puffier silhouette, so extending it all the way down, and then I'm gonna go, can I borrow a bit of the color from that? Need to increase how puffy it is up there. Let's go with this. Let's do that. Let's go with that. So right now I am focusing purely on the color and the shading and not really focusing on the detail. Let's add a bit of color here. Maybe it needs to be bigger still at this point. Trying to get that super big puffy sleeve. Actually, this part might need to go down a bit like this. Let's go ahead, rotate. Oh, okay, it's getting there, it's getting there. I'm starting to get the varsity jacket feel, which is good. Maybe make the sleeve a bit puffier, a bit bigger and more exaggerated. I've been kind of on the outerwear kick. I've been getting into painting a lot of outerwear for the characters. Okay, now let's go ahead and line the fingers. Nope. Clean that, and then I'm gonna look at, okay, so that's how I did that part. So now going back to this. go ahead and line that. And then do the fingers. Lock it in using the airbrush. Quickly kind of blend it a bit. Still a little rough. Can keep going though. So. Get a bit of shadow going. Let's give her some nice manicures. I'll need to adjust the hand a little bit later. Use the lasso tool. And then of course, sometimes I want to just move around the fingers. Reposition slightly. Next up is the bunny backpack. Haven't touched that bunny for a while. Also, I'm gonna remove the headset base that I did. Okay. Have to reposition this somehow, so let's go here, and then I'm gonna indicate where I want the strap to be, so probably going like that, something like that, and then the other one would be probably around here, or here. This would be where the backpack strap will be. And I have to figure out how it's gonna attach to the rabbit. Let's make it a bit brighter, and then I have the bunny backpack, so okay. I do want to show it, make sure that you see the form and stuff. Let's flip. Alright, let's tackle the bunny backpack. There isn't too much reference for this. Most of the bunny backpacks that are full bunnies are of the years flopping down, so maybe I should try that. I'm going to separate. Let me actually create a new group for it. I think I backpack wrote it wrong. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna have the head on a separate layer so I can experiment with the ears. So let's go ahead and try with the floppy ears. I'm gonna go with whatever looks better for the composition. Let's try the big floppy ears. Then we have the main body like this. And then we have the feet. I assume this will be the arm, something like that. The head needs to be reshaped a bit. Right now it's looking off. Needs to be a little rounder. And then the floppy ears. So there is a toy brand called Amuse, and that's basically the reference I'm using. They make very cute stuffed animals, and I collect some of them. I believe the rabbit from their line is called Loopy. So that is the bunny I'm referencing off of somewhat. Don't know about the color. I might have to switch up the color. Let's move this ear up. I'm trying to see how much flow can I make with the ears. Maybe this ear go this way. Make it a bit bigger and have it go up more. And maybe okay, let's see here. I think I need to add just some stitch textures just to kind of imply it's a plushie. Maybe it will help. So I'm gonna do that. Do the stitch. Oh my god, this is looking like a Halloween project. Maybe I can add some cutesy element to it to make it less Halloween-like. Maybe, let's see, let me fix the little feet here. Actually, I shouldn't be doing stitches. I should be doing stitches like this and not like that. I think this will be better. Yes, it's gonna look less Halloween-like. I think I will go ahead and do that then. And would it be creepy if I add the zipper on the hand? Or I'll just add a seam, actually. Add the seam. What is this? Okay, that's the other ear. What if the bunny ears were up? Let's go ahead and test that out. Oh, looks kind of weird like that. Let's say the bunny ears were up. Just gonna change up the silhouette. And then the eye. Create another layer. I'm just gonna see how it would look with the other ear up like this. Actually doesn't flow very well, but let me see how it would look if we rotate it. Nope. Doesn't really do. Maybe like this. Maybe I'll make the ears a little bit smaller. And then I'll take all of this, take the head. Move the body. The arms are really small. Maybe we can have the bunny with a ribbon. I might make it look cute. Or a collar. Whatever floats your boat. Implied ribbon on this side. Oh. Maybe I can use the bow as a composition element. It needed to be squished up a bit more, like up. Okay, and then finish up the foot. So let's say this is my basic backpack, basic bunny backpack. Need to look at some of the Sanrio plushies. Cute, or even Rilakuma plushies. They got like a nice little cute little zipper in the back. Actually looks quite nice. Or oh yeah, we can put some bows on their ears. That will probably make it look cuter. Customize it a little bit. Or even some pins in the ears and stuff like that. Let's go ahead, add soft shading to the ear, and then I'm gonna add those stitches. Clean up, and then let's see. Okay, let's put this in normal, and then I'm gonna add another bit of highlight. So want the sun or the lighting to hit certain parts of the bunny. Probably not gonna hit a lot of lighting on this side, but some lighting there, and then here. Let's try that out. Let's go with hue saturation, put it on screen. So this is gonna be the highlight. This is where the lighting is gonna hit the blushing. And then I'm gonna get a bit of glue. Oh, actually, might not work too well. Let's go ahead and create a new layer. This is gonna be my paint overlay with the blushing. Let's go ahead with a shadow. And just kind of slowly add it onto the bunny body, as well as the head. Let's add a bit of it here. Stitches. So I'll take a little bit of an eyelash, I don't know. It's like a cute little girl bunny. I don't know. Just want to add some silhouette. Alright, I guess we can go with that for now. Hopefully I will keep it. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, I will see you guys in the next part. I'm gonna render her out a bit. You might see some major changes. I'm thinking of rotating her head and then rotating the whole composition, so yeah, it might look drastically different. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, I end up changing quite a bit, and I did end up reworking her face. So first I flipped her face and then repainted it, and actually I was using a reference from there was a certain face angle for D.VA from her cinematic that I use as reference, as you can probably see some similarities. But I do like the direction for this. I also end up putting in her headset and gave the bunny ears and stuff. Refined her torso, added some more detail, like emphasizing her shoulders and such. Rendered this area out. Actually repositioned her feet as well. So especially this one used to be here, but now I put it here. I might need to kind of work on that a bit, but I just did kind of a copy paste, so maybe I'll do it like this. That works. And I think the other major change was the background. So I actually, let's see, apart from the mech, that I basically was looking for a good view of her updated mech from the top view, but I couldn't really find any, so I took the closest view that I could find, which was kind of from up but not quite. So I grabbed part of it. As you can see, there's a little D.VA here, and then I overlaid it with another top view, a bit more of a a clean view of the top of the mech, and I kind of overlaid it on top. So this is gonna be my base, and I will be painting over this to clean it up. But yeah, just to make it easy on me, I prefer to paint more technical stuff like mechs and stuff, because it's not my expertise, and I don't think I have time to kind of just sit there and do it manually, which is doable, but it just requires time, which I don't have, and I prefer to get it out quickly. I want to get the basic composition out to see if it fits the character, and just kind of just put it in there real quick to see. Added some shadow, so that's the mech overlay. And then these are my Sakura photographs from one of the Genshin, not Genshin, sorry, the Overwatch, the Japanese map. So I grabbed these two because I felt like there needed to be a little bit of pink in the background. And then the major one is this Overwatch environment that I found that I think fits very well with what I wanted to do. And I might go in and kind of make it a little bit sharper, because right now it's super blurred. And so I want to just use it to kind of enhance the atmosphere of the background. And of course I also added a dove in the background just for perspective sake. Like I want to have a bit of the background elements so that the viewer's eye can go towards that little dove after they go towards D.Va. So that is why I put it there. And I also input the text as well, because you know, it kind of feels a bit more like a magazine cover, and I kind of like, I keep saying kind, but I do like this composition, like with a bit of text inlay into the composition. I've been liking that quite a bit, especially for game type characters. I do have an excuse to do that. With anime characters, like manga characters, I also do that a little bit, with a bit of a Japanese text as well. Okay, so this is gonna be the last part of the voiceover. So I will just kind of take you guys through a bit of the background cleanup. It's not gonna be much. So after I kind of photo collage a bunch of environmental parts from different images, and I think that it fits the character, then I would go in to refine it. But before that, it is pretty messy. So now that I am fairly happy with it, I'm going to remove the effect bit by bit, and I'm just gonna start off with the mech. So there are certain areas that need to be painted over, because if not, you know, it looks pretty messy. So it is a lot easier to do this with like a base. So I'm just going to grab the existing colors and just basically clean up the mech. But if I were to do this manually, I don't know how I would. I just don't have a hand for it. And I might also need to grab have a additional reference for her mech. There are parts of the mech that is kind of a little confusing for me, so just gonna go and have a look, see what is going on in those areas. So I must find a decent reference for it. Oh, and also the reference I use for D.Va's face is this one. So yeah, there's a bit of similarity. I just grabbed her facial structure right here as reference, because yeah, she has a very interesting, she's got some unique features. I am trying to find a good reference for her updated Mac. Okay, here we go. Alright, okay, so this one I can leave it like this, so it's gonna be a nice flat surface with some line. Let me pop this back on. Okay. Using the lasso tool will help with hard surface rendering. I'm just trying my best to do my do a bit of interpretation on that. Okay. This part is a bit too long the way I'm doing it. It's a lot shorter in the actual design, but there is this part. Maybe I could get away with it. If D.VA's on top, it's blocking it, so it doesn't matter too much how accurate that part is, but the parts where she is not covering the Mac will need to be more accurate. So I just look at the design. Also, there's some words here I need to find what it says. Okay, I see what it says. So I need this part right here. Actually, this part. So paste. Wait, does it say that? Oh, I think it's another label. Is it? Yeah, it's another one. Well, if I can find it, I'll put it in, but I don't think... can't really find it. If that is the case, then I guess I'll leave this empty for now. Paint over it. Next up, just clean up the rest of this area. Using the lasso tool to help me keep some of these areas sharp. Like this, I will just follow along the shading for it. Maybe add some shadow in this area here. Okay, I could probably use some blue hue, so I will overlay it on top with a tiny bit of cool tone. Okay, let's merge down. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the silhouette a bit. So let me pop D.VA back on, and so that I can see what I need to clean up and what I can just leave it. Let's do a bit of work here. Go back down. Down here. Render this part out to add this tone on the bottom side as well. So I think this should be okay. I mean, I could probably get away with this. If I'm really feeling it, I could also, especially for reflective surfaces, could find like a glass texture or something and put it in there. Or I could try my best to emulate some reflectiveness coming from her shoes. Maybe I can do some mock-up reflection on the window. Probably not this shape, maybe this shape. Let's try adding some small bits of reflectiveness. Probably not. It's not working out. Sometimes we just have to try it out. Or we could do, let's see here, car window reflection. Let's see what we get here. If I can find a good reflection. Doesn't need to be too fancy. I just need to get just that texture for it. Well, this one looks fairly, let's give it a try. I especially like this area with a slight bit of high intensity lighting, so let's give it a try. It might not work out, but hey, we'll give it a try. It does look interesting. Lower the opacity and place it. Well, there isn't a lot of greenery around in this environment in particular, so it might, if you think about it, it doesn't quite make sense. However, the texture is nice. So maybe I just move the trees up and let's do a little before and after, toggle on and off to see if adding that texture did anything for us. I think I will keep a little bit of it, especially in the center area. Right? Merge down, so we do it again. It's before and after. See, is it helpful? Not sure. Maybe I could use another texture, another reflective texture. So this time what I'm looking for in particular is on the very edge of the window. I want a high reflective high contrast. I don't know how to explain it. Or I could do it myself. Why am I being lazy? Sometimes, you know, you're just so used to using texture, you get lazy. Okay, let's try it out. So I'm aiming for a high reflective contrast towards the side. Let's go for a much brighter tone. Like this, and we'll do a few. Maybe I'll have one right here. Oh, maybe not there. Somewhere here. Let's merge down and warp it. Merge down, and then I'm going to tie it together with another texture overlay. So I'm going to grab this part in particular because it is a lot brighter and I'm looking for that. So I'm just going to overlay on top. Looks a little messy. Let's erase parts of it and even lower the opacity, or not lower. Well, I don't think it's working as well as I'd like it to, but at the same time it's not doing anything to make it not look as good. So hey, I'll probably keep it. Let's keep it. So now that I've got the going into dodge, I'll just there's some reflectiveness on this side. Let's make it a little bit brighter down below here. Okay, I think that should be enough of that. Should be okay. Pop back on the shadow, and the shadow really helps kind of isolate this one light area really to frame the character. So that should take care of this area, so I don't have to put too much detail on that area. And so yeah, let's move on to the sakura textures. Nothing too much to do here except to just clean it up, or try your best to clean up. Sometimes I won't clean up fully, so if you zoom in you can see a lot of the uncleanness of the textures I use. However, if you zoom out, it's usually acceptable, at least for my standards, since the viewer's usually not going to be looking too closely at the background. But the background is just there to give a little bit of extra spice to the character and to frame them. So I only refine the areas that you know will be more visible to the viewer's eyes. That's more of a focus, basically. And the sakura element is not too important in this piece, so I will just do the bare minimum in cleaning this up. Okay. And in addition to that, there's a few things you could probably do. You could go to medium. It just makes it a little blotchier, so it's not as sharp or jaggedy, since this is a 3D, like a 3D tree, so you can see a lot of edges. I can just if you want, this is an option. Just make it a little blotchier. Maybe it can read as like painting or something. Put back the Mac. What's this? Okay, put the text back. Put the dove back. Yeah, I tried to put a few more doves in here, but you know, doves are more of a mercy thing, so I just put one dove in there. I also contemplated putting a bunny in here as well, but I don't know where to put it. So for now, we'll just put the dove, and it is another photo grab. It is the fastest way to input elements into the background to see if it works for your composition or not. So I just grab photo, or it could be really, I could paint it, and since I'm not an expert in painting doves, I'll probably make it look not that great. So best option for me is to look for a photo, and I will edit it slightly to fit the lighting of the background. So I guess we can have one single dove here. Probably need to make it a little brighter, or actually keep it that way. Okay. Alright, the trees are not too bad. And then we have the shadow from D.VA on the mech. There's a separate layer I also need to clean it up somewhat. I am thinking of imitating or thinking about how her shadow is gonna be cast onto the Mac. Could have a bit of a pink undertone to it, perhaps. But at least this is a multiply layer, so I can go ahead and try different coverage. Okay, let's go with that. Maybe I could have like a tiny negative space in here. Probably doesn't look that great. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, well, I just try it out and remove it if I don't like it, which is often the case. Okay, that's not very good. I think I should stick to this. Yeah, to this format. Oh, don't really like it. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't touch it. I kind of liked it before. Well, you know, there's always the chance that you might make it worse. That's kind of how it is. I'm not quite sure which shadow variant I like. I guess let's call it here. Okay. In addition to that, I'm thinking about a lot of flower petals going around. Petals. And this will also help with covering some of the empty spacing. So I'm gonna go ahead, add some tiny sakura petals just in the environment in general. I'm gonna keep them relatively small and then gradually get bigger the closer we get to the front of the image, but in general I'm gonna keep them kind of small. So let's go ahead and fill those in. Okay, it's kind of a little bit of a distraction since they stand out a little too much, so I'm going to add shadow to a few of them. Almost trying to blend them in to the surrounding pixels that I've got. That way it's not super distracting. But we will still get a tiny bit of the petals coming through, just not as much. Okay, there we go. Now back to D.VA. So I end up changing quite a bit. So I thought we would finish off this voiceover just doing some more rendering on some of the areas. And good thing I have it on separate layers because it is easier to kind of just go in and refine it, especially after you edit your piece and you're happy with the new changes. And usually when I do edit changes, I don't try to render stuff out fully because I know that there's a chance I'm not going to be happy with them, and I have to keep trying until I am, and then after I am fully happy with it, then I go in and work on it so that I don't have to waste time on refining from the start, because I know that I'm the type of person to change the piece a lot. So yeah. Okay, I think I have to now apply my changes. So these are my 2 change layers. Bunny ear here. I even have the ear on a separate layer because I'm just not sure. So I will apply the edit to all of them. all of the bunny layers merge down. This is the other ear. Copy the same effects, put it in, merge down, bunny backpack. This is the main body of the bunny. Duplicate, put in there, merge down. So now all my layers have all the effects. Delete that random part there. So this is the head of the bunny. So now that everything's updated, I can, if you want, you can refine the bunny. But this accessory, I wouldn't categorize this as too important for the composition, so I wouldn't spend as much time on it as I would, let's say, the face. So I will just do a bit of work, and also I wanted to somewhat tag the ears. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, the what's it called, the bobby pin, that's a look. I will do a mediocre job at this. I want to put the bobby pin inside, piercing one of the ears. I've seen this in some of the plushies, especially in the Gloomy Bear plushie collectible community. They customize some of the plushies. This is real life with bobby pins, chains and stuff. It looks a little, it's like scene slash punk slash gothic look, so I kind of dig that style. So I'm gonna try incorporating it ever so tiny bit in here. I don't think I did very well though. Oh wait, no. Okay, it's supposed to be like this. Okay, now I remember. There we go. That makes more sense, I think, hopefully. Let's add a tiny bit of shadow. Well, I'll try. Merge down to the ear. Let's go to the head. Put back the bulgy eyeball and the lashes, just to have a more interesting silhouette. That's why I gave the lashes. Also, it helps bring the eyes. Add a tiny bit of rim light. Might need to put, let me create a new layer, call it shadow. This is gonna be the shadow that's gonna be casted from the D.VA's hair and other stuff. So I will try to put it in, and then from her jacket. So this is the place I want to put the shadow, and I'm gonna just apply this basic, oh hold on, actually yes, I need to add this filter there, hue saturation. It looks a little messy at first. I want to see if I can actually make it work. Sometimes I add a shadow this way and it doesn't always work. But let's try it out. Definitely have shadow in that area. Let's add some shadow here. I guess I'll just apply some general shadow. Let's go with that for now. As for the ponytail, I need to refine it a little. Let's remove the bunny ears first. I went with a classic white bunny ears, and it's gonna be a optional add-on. So since D.VA's hair is in a ponytail instead of just letting it down, we're gonna stick with the ponytail. At first I was aiming to stick to the classic D.VA design, but you know, I painted so many divas with that hairstyle, so now I'm gonna try my best to do the updated D.VA look with a bit of a Valley Girl twist. So this is the result of that. So let's go ahead, zoom in here. It's a little rough. Good thing I have a base to work from. Using the lasso tool also helps me. I'll keep it nice and clean. Also grab a bit of this color that's gonna be my shine there. And I will just replicate that same technique on her other hair strand. Let's do it on this hair strand next. Next up, that hair strand. So once again, I will do the same with the lasso tool, selecting the certain batch of hair. I don't have to worry too much about coloring outside, and I can also keep it nice and sharp. So now the problem is I don't quite like the flow of how the hair is flowing. I think I need to play around with the hair batching. Sometimes I'm picky about hair. So I will just repeat that same technique. Enter this all the way down. I'm gonna use this color as the rim light on the side of the ponytail. Use the lasso tool to help me select the very tip of the hair. I'm going to borrow the color from the top of her hair and reuse it down here. But of course, looking at this, I think the flow has some issues. The flow here is not very good. I might need some more hair strands around this area, so I'm gonna add another silhouette for the hair and another bit around this area, and then use the highlight here. After that, I want to see how it will look if I kind of drag this down a bit more. I'm playing around with the flow of the hair. Right now, I don't think the hair flow is there yet, so I keep working on it by warping it around until I get to a point where I'm happy with it. It's a little messy too. I'm thinking I might need to take these parts sticking out and pull it back. Go back. Tuck it in more against the ponytail. Add the same highlights all the way there. Maybe copy one part of it. Copy one part and basically playing around with it all types of ways. Yeah. Nope. I don't quite like this. Maybe it needs to be a totally different direction. It's probably the top. It looks a little bit like a Christmas present ribbon. Okay, let's go with that. I'm gonna oh, here, I canceled it. I'm gonna flip the canvas. Hopefully this is gonna help me with working on the flow of the hair. If I don't succeed, I'm gonna try again. Still not liking the flow of the hair, so I will keep poking around with it. Hair is like one of those things that I take a lot of time playing around with, because hair flow, you know, I think it's pretty important in composition, so I take extra time on it. Let's lighten it. Okay. I think I'm getting somewhere. Let's add another batch right here. Cascade it down. Cascade down. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Okay, remove that. Okay. Cascade down, and then I want the hair to spread out. Let's try this. Okay. I think it's getting somewhere, so make the hair spread out like this. Render out the hair down here a bit more. Add some more details as well while I refine it, but I think this is the flow that I want. This is much better. We can get a clear view of what is going on with the hair, and the flow is much more clear and even this way. Before, it felt lost and it wasn't obvious what was going on. I think that was the issue, but now it's much clearer, and I think it's going the way that I hoped for, so let's keep going with it. So now that I am happy with the basic layout of the flow that I just redid, adjusted, I can now render it out a bit more, knowing that, you know, it's better. So that always feels nice, but during the process it's a little stressful, though the reward after is knowing that, oh, I made it feel better. It feels a lot more cohesive, and on top of that, there is still room for improvement. For example, I'm gonna remove these little hair strands here and drag them down like this in this type of curvature here to go with the rest of the hair flow. Let's see if I can do like a hair strand that goes like this or not. Well, it's not too bad. It's not great either. Let's merge up. Next up, let's experiment with the silhouette up here. Copy that whole part. Okay, now I'm going to blend this whole area together. Consolidating some of the shadow here too, so making it less patchy. This kind of defeats the whole point of what I did earlier, painting over most of the work. Oh well, that is how it is sometimes. Especially with reworking. Oftentimes, repainting is pretty common, especially when you're as picky as me. Let's delete that part. Grab a bit of this. Add a tiny bit of highlight towards the center, squeeze the highlights with the shadow. I also want to redirect some of the lines here. Redirect it towards this part, make it more concentrated and stuff. Before, after, it helps to do that from time to time. And then I will toggle in and out, see what I like from before and what I like from now. I'm gonna bring back two parts from what I had before, merge down, and let's go ahead, copy this whole part here. Oh, hold on. First merge down, copy that part. Gonna poke around it some more. Trying to go for a very luscious hair. I think I could probably spend like an hour or two on this this one ponytail right here. Let me put on a mask so I can temporarily remove whatever I have underneath. If I have a mask, I can always bring back the bottom layer elements that I took out. So I can basically play around with new paint over and then whatever was there previously. Let's go with that and rotate. I think I should call it here for the hair. I'll probably spend a bit more time on it after, but yeah. Because I think I can literally well, sometimes if I'm lucky, I'll hit it and I'll get a nice new paint over. But if I'm not, I could be at this for a few hours. So shall we move on to something else for now? There's so much things I could do. Rotate it, warp it. Oh my gosh, there is a lot. So let's just leave it here for now. I will group it so I can make this ponytail part smaller, and I can come back to it and warp it a bit more, warp it around. For now, shall we work on the jacket? So this is the hoodie part. I will just clean it up. This part isn't too complicated. So we get a bit of the pink under fabric. Pink hoodie lining, the inner lining. Inverse my selection so I can then render this part out. Grab a bit of that bright color. I will clean it up a bit more. I think let's add another bit of silhouetting on the very edge of this area, and let's try to see if adding a tag on the back would add anything to our composition. Also, I like to add tags. I think it's very like trendy. So yeah, let's add a tag. It's pink or blue? Blue would be good, I think. Or it could be pink. So add a little tag here. I'll put an S on it or something. Try to make it fashionable. Although I don't think I'm doing a very good job at it, but yeah. Add a tiny bit of lighting on the tag. Also, I will see which placement can I put the tag in. Maybe here. Just having that tiny little tag detail there. Although it feels pretty subtle. Doesn't feel like it's doing much, but hey, I will take all the little details that I can put in here without overwhelming the jacket. It's gonna be a silk lining, a very simple lining without too much going on. Add some of that texture. And then we shall also add the lines for it. Add the tiny texture next. And bring a bit of this over here, just imply it ever so slightly. So we are done with this. Actually, no, not yet. Over here, I have a bit of the jacket showing, so I will work on that. Just cleaning up this area, might be a bit too bright. I'll tone it down. Merge down. I guess this should do. Don't want to put too much attention there, but then add the scribbles and add some texture with a brighter color, treating it as a rim light basically. Whoops. This part could be bigger. Make it thicker. It's not doing much, I'll be honest. It's kind of washing out into the background. I either have to make the background darker or brighter, or make this darker. So I guess I'll make it darker for now. Copy that one area, brighten it. This is gonna be somewhat of a rim light. Let's close it down, merge down, I mean. Now the feet. Let's grab a bit of this color. So you can tell that I reference Kiriko's shoes somewhat when it comes to the sneaker for D.Va. Okay. Add some shadow. That should be okay. Next up is the leg. I did end up putting somewhat of a shadow, implied shadow here, just because if I don't, the lighting here is going inside her legging, and I didn't like that. I wanted her leg to stand out, so therefore I added shadow here so that, you know, it separates from the background. So merge down. This part should be okay. Feet is also okay. This part is okay. This is the shorts I wanted to give her, but you know what? I'm thinking of giving her like yoga pants instead. I could do a trendy Daisy Duke look. Make it low rise. Probably find a texture for that first. So we can do a quick render base for this. So let's say I want her shorts to be to be unzipped. I work on the flap first. So this is gonna be my base that I will then overlay texture on top of it later. and I want there to be some, what's this thing called, fringe, like frayed edges. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm super into shorts lately. Painting them, I mean. Right now is not the time to wear shorts. Although I do like the look of it aesthetically. So now I have a good base for the shorts. I'm gonna actually put some, what's it called, the belt loops. So I'm going to position where I want my belt loop to be. This part is going to be the shadow. And I will just slowly render out where I want the tag to be at. After I have the tag, then I can put in some seam, waist seam for the shorts. This is all gonna be good for my shorts because it's gonna add more realistic details to the shorts as I go along. And then after you have a good base and combine it with good texture, it will give a nice render. Usually that's what I would do when I do outfits. I paint a base and then add the texture and make it look a bit more realistic. It's quite messy so far. Let's add a little bit of a button, pocket seam. Let me see where the crotch line. Okay, I'm way off. I have to redo that. Alright, so I need to readjust the shorts to match where her actual crotch is at. I'm gonna lower the opacity and readjust my shorts. Okay, I think this is a bit more close to that. So, remove a bit of the pixels there. Alright, so that's sort of done. I will be going back in to add more texture and detail, but in general, if I look at the preview here, in general the colors are decent and it is a good base to work from. So now let's work on a cute top for her. I'm gonna go into my top layer. This is my torso layer. I'm gonna give her a cute little t-shirt. Going to line, let's see, maybe like this, or I could go for this full-on turtleneck top or t-shirt. So I paste. This is gonna be my t-shirt. This is like a sensor that I'm gonna be painting for my other social media. I can't post like the spicy version on, so I'm gonna go for pink. I can also let's test out other colors. That is such a random color. If I were to give her that color, let's go with a cute baby pink tone. So I'm gonna input it, and next up is Next up, I'm gonna go through what I have here and basically establish where the general shadow is. Copy, paste, darken it up, merge down, and then after I have a base for the shadow, I go in and render out the t-shirt, either with a reference or from what I remember, which I painted a few t-shirts and I'm just recycling my memory of what they generally look like. Also at the same time, I'm going to be putting in some of the clothing scene so it feels more realistic. Get a bit of pulling texture going on around here. Let's add some shadow around here. Add some shadow. And I want this t-shirt to be a bit brighter. Probably need, let's add a tiny bit of highlight here. That part needs to be brighter. There we go. Unlock the layer, so now I can paint over, outside of what I had originally, and continue to refine. This kind of look like a sporty shirt, like one of those workout shirts. And of course I want to put some D.VA logos on it after I'm done, but which one should I pick? And I need to pick one that's in her current design, so maybe, well, you know, there's always the bunny logo. That's kind of her iconic logo there. Let's go ahead and grab this bunny logo, and I want to see how this looks. Maybe in the center. I'm trying to think, is there like a more trendy style going on with the tight t-shirt, I'm trying to remember. What other detail could I put in there? Maybe I'd have her bunny sign there and then some logos down here, like sponsor logos. Let's give that a try. Let's go over here. Let's see. Oh, there's her fighting one. So this is just a mock-up of what I want to do with her shirt design, just to get things out quickly. And what if, you know, let's say her shirt is another color, or it could be white. If I made it white, let's see how that will look. That's good too. I'll keep it pink, but this pink, make it a little brighter. Lock it in, add some blue environmental color to it. Add some small folds, clothing folds. Wrinkles down there as well. Add folds onto the other sleeve as well. Darken some of this area. Also, I should probably see how it will look with a collar. Let's go with it. Let's do V-neck. It wouldn't fit the bunny logo if I do that. Maybe this needs to be on the side here. On her sleeve. Nope. I'm gonna have it in the center. We'll just keep it like that. Maybe have a white collar. A black collar. No. Keep it full pink. So this is a one way of how I would add some more clothing, but basically I want to keep the shape of the anatomy I have, so I just make it tight and then kind of just I'm also thinking of giving her yoga pants. Yes, yoga pants. So we'll just quickly do a quick mock-up of how that would look. So I'm gonna just name this pants. Let's start off with a high-waisted pants. So I will select all of this, paste, and I would need this too, so I put this under paste. I also need to grab this, paste, paste. There we go. Now that I have the appropriate layers. Oh, it's a little messy. I need to clean that up. So basically this is the base I will be working from, and I would do what I did with the t-shirt. And yes. So my plans for her pants, let me put on her top. Where's her t-shirt? There we go. So if I do that now, she is fully clothed and I can put it on Facebook and Instagram. So I won't get shadow banned, hopefully. But yeah, that's basically it for this voiceover. I'm gonna be refining the sleeve up, the shirts and everything, and hopefully I can come up with something cute for her to wear. I need to readjust the waistline too. Or maybe I can for sure. I'm not sure if I will keep the t-shirt, but yeah, I have to think about the extra sensor clothing I have to put on the character. I try my best to make them trendy. Sometimes I fail at them, but hopefully I come up with a good idea. Usually I'll get somewhere with it if I keep at it for a bit. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next voiceover. Have a great day or night. Bye guys.